Okay, I have a confession to make. Last week, my friend sent me a text message that said, "How are you?" And I replied, "I'm good." And then she corrected me. She said, "You mean you're well."
Wait, really? She corrected you?
She did, and I just looked at my phone and laughed, because this is probably the most common grammar correction that native speakers get wrong themselves.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying your friend was wrong?
Let me put it this way. Imagine you go to a restaurant. The waiter brings your food. You take a bite. It is delicious. You look at your friend and say, "This is good." Now imagine you play a sport. You hit the ball perfectly. Your coach says you played well. Does that difference make sense?
One is about the food itself. The food is good. The other is about the action, how you played. So good describes the thing, and well describes the action.
You are exactly right, and that is the rule that every textbook teaches. Good is an adjective. It describes nouns. Well is an adverb. It describes verbs. So I feel good versus I feel well. Which one is grammatically correct?
Based on the rule, I feel well would be correct, right? Because feel is a verb, so you need an adverb.
And that is exactly where 95% of English learners get confused. Because feel is a special kind of verb. It is what we call a linking verb. Linking verbs connect the subject to a description, and after linking verbs, we use adjectives, not adverbs.
Oh, so I feel good is actually correct?
It is completely correct. In fact, in casual American English, "I'm good" is the standard response to "How are you?" Saying "I'm well" sounds formal, even a little old-fashioned. Let me give you a real example. Picture this. You meet your friend for coffee on a Saturday morning. You sit down. They ask, "How are you?" If you say "I'm well," it sounds like you are at a job interview. If you say "I'm doing well," that sounds natural. And if you say "I'm good," that also sounds completely natural. And it is actually grammatically correct for the reasons we just talked about.
But what about when someone asks, "How is your grandmother?" and you say she is well? That sounds right, doesn't it?
That is a different case. When you say "she is well," you are using "well" as an adjective that means in good health. So here, well is describing her condition. It is an adjective, not an adverb. This is one of those rare cases where well can also be an adjective, but it only works for health. She is well means she is healthy. She is good could mean a lot of things. She is kind, she is skilled, she is morally good. So context really matters.
This is where I always get tripped up because in my language we have different words for these. For example, in Spanish, bueno is for things and bien is for actions. So when my Spanish-speaking friends learn English, they often say I am good when they mean I am well in the health sense.
That is a fantastic point. And the same thing happens with French speakers and Italian speakers. They have two distinct words, one for things and one for actions. And then they come to English, and we use good and well in a way that overlaps sometimes. It is confusing, but the key is to think about what you are describing.
Okay, so let me try to summarize. If I am describing a person or a thing, I use good. The food is good. The movie is good. She is a good singer. If I am describing an action, I use well. She sings well. He plays basketball well. They speak English well.
Perfect summary. But there is one more case I want to show you, and this one surprises most people. Listen to this sentence. This car runs good. Is that correct?
No, that sounds wrong. It should be this car runs well because runs is a verb.
Exactly right. But here is the thing. In casual spoken English, especially in some regional dialects in the United States, people do say this car runs good. It is not grammatically correct, but it is used, so you might hear it. But if you use it in a business meeting or in writing, people will notice.
So when you are speaking casually, you can be more relaxed about this rule.
Here is my advice for you as a learner. First, learn the correct rule. Good describes nouns, well describes verbs, and also health. Second, when you are in a formal setting, writing an email, giving a presentation, or talking to your boss, use the correct form. But when you are talking to friends in a casual conversation, "I'm good" is perfectly fine. In fact, it is more natural than "I'm well."
Okay, I have a question. What about the phrase I'm doing good? I hear that all the time in American movies.
Great question. You are right. It is very common. But here is the interesting part. I'm doing good can mean two different things. It can mean I am doing well, like life is going well, or it can mean I am doing morally good actions, like I volunteer at a shelter. I help people. So if you say I'm doing good, some people might think you are talking about your moral character, not your life situation. If you want to be clear, say I'm doing well. That only means one thing.
That is such a good point. And for our listeners who speak Chinese, this is a common mistake because in Chinese, the word for well and good is often the same word in casual speech. So Chinese speakers frequently use good in every situation.
Exactly. And for Arabic speakers, Arabic has different forms for adjectives and adverbs, but the structure is different from English, so they often import the Arabic pattern into English. The result is sentences like I play football good instead of I play football well. It is a very common error that has nothing to do with intelligence. It is just a pattern from the first language.
And for Korean speakers, I have noticed they often say, I can speak English good because in Korean, the adverb form and the adjective form are not always distinct in the same way.
Yes, it is the same pattern across many languages. The good news is, once you understand this difference, you will sound much more natural. Let us practice. I am going to say a sentence, and I want you to tell me if it uses good or well correctly. Ready?
Ready.
Number 1. This coffee tastes good.
That is correct. Coffee is a noun, tastes is a linking verb, so we use the adjective good.
Perfect. Number 2. She dances good.
That is wrong. Dances is an action verb, so we need the adverb well. She dances well.
Excellent. Number 3. After the vacation, I felt well.
That is correct, because here, well means healthy, so it is an adjective.
Wonderful. Number 4, and this is a tricky one. He is a well man.
That sounds wrong. A well man? No, that should be a good man. Well is not used as an adjective before nouns, except for health. And even then, it is unusual. We say a healthy man, not a well man.
Exactly right. When well means healthy, it usually comes after the verb. He is well. She looks well. They seem well. But you almost never hear a well person. That just does not sound natural.
So the rule is, well for health only comes after linking verbs, not before nouns.
Perfectly said. Now let me give you some collocations that will help you remember. These are fixed phrases that native speakers use all the time.
I love collocations. They are so helpful.
Here is the first one. All is well. This is a set phrase. It means everything is okay. You will hear this in movies and books. All is well that ends well. That is a famous line from Shakespeare.
Shakespeare reference. Very fancy.
I try. The second one, well done. You use this to praise someone. You finished the project on time. Well done.
I use that one all the time. It is so satisfying to say.
Third one, well said. When someone makes a good point in a conversation, that is a great point. Well said.
And what about good job?
Excellent. Good job is a collocation with good. You can also say nice job or great job, but well job is not correct. You would say job well done, which is a different structure. Job is a noun, so you need the adjective good. Good job.
This is where it gets really practical, because when you know these fixed phrases, you do not have to think about the grammar rule every time.
Exactly. Your brain learns the phrase as one piece. It is like a song lyric. You do not think about the individual words. You just know the whole thing.
Okay, I have one more scenario I want to run by you. You are at a job interview. The interviewer says, "Tell me about yourself." And you want to say that you are skilled at public speaking. Do you say, "I am good at public speaking," or "I am well at public speaking"?
That is a great test. The correct answer is I am good at public speaking. Because am is a linking verb and you are describing yourself. You are saying I am a good public speaker. The phrase good at is a very common collocation. I am good at math. She is good at cooking. We are good at solving problems. but you never say I am well at something. That is incorrect.
So I am well at is always wrong?
Always wrong. But you can say I do well at public speaking. Because do is an action verb, so I do well at presentations. She does well in interviews. They do well under pressure.
Oh, that is so clear. So if you use the verb to be, use good. If you use an action verb like do, use well.
That is a very reliable rule, and you can apply it to many situations. Let me show you how to use this in a real conversation.
Please do.
Imagine you meet a new colleague from another country. You want to compliment their English. You say, "Your English is very good." That is correct. But if you say, "Your English is very well," that sounds strange. Now, if you want to comment on how they speak, you say, "You speak English very well." See the difference?
Yes, your English is good versus you speak English well. The first is commenting on the quality of the English itself. The second is commenting on the action of speaking.
Exactly. And this applies to any skill. Your cooking is good versus you cook well. Her singing is good versus she sings well. His driving is good versus he drives well.
This is so helpful. I can already feel myself getting more confident about this.
Now, I want to give you a tip that will make you sound even more natural. In casual American English, when someone asks, "How are you?" some people respond with, "I'm doing well," or "I'm doing good." Both are used, but the most common response is just good. Just one word. Hey, how are you? Good. You? That is the standard casual response.
So if someone asks me, "How are you?" and I just say good, that is perfectly natural?
Perfectly natural. In fact, it is more natural than saying I am well. That sounds like you are reading from a textbook.
And if I want to talk about my health, if I have been sick and now I am better,
Then you say I am feeling much better, or I am well now, or even I am good now. In casual conversation, I am good can mean I am healthy enough. But if you want to be precise, say I am feeling well or I have recovered.
okay, let me practice one more time. She is a well doctor.
No, you would say she is a good doctor. Good describes the doctor. If you want to say she is healthy, you would say the doctor is well, but that sounds a bit odd. Usually we just say the doctor is in good health.
So when do I use well as an adjective?
Use it after linking verbs to describe health. I was sick, but now I am well. He looks well. They seem well. That is the main use. And also in fixed phrases like all is well and well done.
And how often do native speakers actually break the good rule in casual speech?
All the time. Constantly. Let me give you another example. If a cashier at a grocery store asks you, "How are you today?" and you say, "I'm good," they will not even notice. But if you say I'm well, some people might think you are being formal or even a little strange.
So the advice is use good in casual situations and use well when you need to be precise about health or actions.
Correct. And always remember the good echolocation. I am good at my job. She is good with children. He is good with numbers. These are all extremely common phrases. You will never hear, "I am well at my job." That is simply not English.
I think I have it now. Let me try to give the rules in my own words.
Go for it.
Rule 1. Use good to describe nouns. And after linking verbs like be, feel, look, taste, smell, sound, the food is good. I feel good. She looks good. It smells good.
Perfect.
Rule 2. Use well to describe action verbs. She plays well. He writes well. They work well together.
Excellent.
Rule 3. Use well as an adjective only for health and usually after linking verbs. I am well. She seems well. But not before nouns. Not a well person.
That is a perfect summary. You sound like a native speaker already.
Thank you. I have been practicing this for years, but I never had anyone explain it so clearly.
That is what we are here for. Now, for our listeners, I want you to try something. Tomorrow, when someone asks you, "How are you?" or "How are you doing?" I want you to pay attention to what you say. If you usually say, "I am fine," try saying, "I am good," or just "good." See how it feels. See how people react. You might be surprised.
And if you are writing an email or giving a formal speech, Remember to use well with action verbs and good with nouns and linking verbs. It is simple once you practice.
And here is the takeaway you can remember forever. If you can replace it with a noun, use good. The movie was good. The dinner was good. The plan is good. If you can replace it with an action, use well. She performed well. He behaved well. They communicated well.
That is such a simple test. The plan is good. You can replace good with excellent. That is an adjective. He performed well. You can replace well with effectively. That is an adverb.
Exactly. You just unlocked the secret.
This has been such a helpful episode. I feel so much more confident now.
That is the goal. And remember, language learning is not about being perfect. It is about being understood and connecting with people. If you say, I'm good, and someone corrects you, you can now tell them that actually, I'm good is correct, after a linking verb.
I might actually do that. Casually drop some grammar knowledge at a party.
Just do not be too smug about it. Nobody likes a grammar snob.
Fair point. So Maya, what is our challenge for today's episode?
Here is your challenge. Over the next 24 hours, use the good and well rule in 3 different situations. First, answer how are you with I'm good. Second, compliment someone by saying you did a good job. Third, tell someone you speak English well. Use all 3 and notice how natural it feels.
That is a great challenge. I am going to do that today.
And if you make a mistake, do not worry. The most important thing is to keep speaking. Keep practicing. Every conversation is a chance to improve.
As always, thank you for joining us on Speak Like a Native. We will be back tomorrow with another episode that will help you sound more natural, more confident, and less like a textbook.
Until next time, keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, you are doing great.
See you all next time.
Bye for now.